Hi there. I thought I'd just quickly shoot this little screencast video just as a complement to my article on using the Google Analytics search engine traffic sources report. And as you can see here, I'm logged into one of my profile properties here on Google Analytics. This is a new website that we launched about 4 months ago. It's doing quite well. And this is just the general overview page of Google Analytics. So we specifically want to go to this little report over here, the traffic sources report. And let's just click the overview first. So this was the first screenshot that I showed as part of the little blog post that I wrote, which showed how you can see here search engine traffic accounts for 74.9% of the traffic on this website, which is quite a common phenomenon in terms of successful websites where search engine marketing will always be a pillar strategy that is used for getting the word out there. So, if you haven't done keyword research and if you're not doing ongoing keyword research, you really are missing out on a lot of opportunity in terms of getting more eyeballs on your website, as you can see here. Then we've got referral traffic. This is a very new website, only 4 months old. So I would expect to see the referral traffic increase over time. And then direct traffic, 23.4%, and the referral traffic was 1.6%. Direct traffic, as we saw in the blog post, is a very good indicator of branding. So, how recognizable are you in the online world? How many people are actually directly typing in your website address into their browser over there? So it's very good in terms of branding, but also in terms of just seeing, what are some of the key pages that people are interested in that they are typing for specifically. So this is the traffic sources overview page. And as you can see here, it generally, right from this overview page, it goes straight into keywords, because keywords are just such an important part of this report, and generally the key thing that I have a look at when looking at Google Analytics is always the keywords, to see which keywords are doing well and what opportunities exist for keywords. So let's have a quick look here. So let's go to view full report, and this will then load up all the keywords that this particular website ranked for in the last month, which was a total of 1,386 keywords. So a lot of long tail keywords there, keywords that I'm not necessarily going for, but still, because the website is actively updated and it's got a lot of pages and a lot of information on it, it appears for a number of different keywords. So in the blog post, in the article, I recommended that you at least go through the top 10 keywords, as you can see here. But you can show as many different keywords as you want here to get an overview, like the top 100 keywords, etc. But at a minimum, you should go through the top 10 keywords. And really what you want to do is you have a look here. So starting over here now, not provided. I'll probably record a little video in the future showing you how to actually determine what the not provided data, or what keywords they potentially were. I'll show that in a future video. But let's have a look here, Top Gear Specials. So what you want to do is you start at the top, so Top Gear Specials, and you just go to Google and you type in the keyword Top Gear Specials. And there we are. So we see that a Wikipedia entry is number 1, number 2. Then we've got this topgearspecials.co.uk, which is doing quite well because it's got the .co.uk domain. And also I've visited that website a few times myself, so it's personalizing search a little bit there. Then we've got the official Top Gear website. Then we have topgearspecials.com, which is this particular website that we are having a look at. So you see, there's an area of opportunity here, for this very first keyword. So the very first keyword on our list, there's a huge opportunity to get it from number 5 to actually get it higher up, at least, position 2 or 3 potentially in the future. And by doing this, a keyword that's already doing very well for this particular website at 972 visits in the last month could easily be doubled, tripled, or even quadrupled to thousands of unique visitors in the next month if we get a higher search engine ranking for it. So that is definitely on the cards for this new website, is to be focusing on that keyword, Top Gear Specials. So you can see how important this is. If you take the time to actually go through, your top 10 or your top 25 keywords as part of this report, it really can help you in terms of creating an action plan about, these are the key things that we are going to focus on in terms of our search engine optimization work, and, building links and writing additional articles related to these top keywords. Okay, so that's the search engine traffic report. Very powerful report. I generally spend most of my time in this section over here, having a look at, average time spent on a website and conversion factors, etc. Okay, so let's have a look. So you see a search overview, organic and paid. We're not doing any paid advertising for this particular website, so it's all organic search. Okay, so let's have a look here at direct traffic. Now, direct traffic, what you'll typically notice is that your homepage will always be at the top of this report, because most people will remember your homepage. They might not necessarily have remembered all your subpages. So, if you see a case like this where, we've got here Top Gear Season 20, Episode 1 in this particular case, a lot of people were typing that in directly because there was a lot of interest in the new season of Top Gear. A lot of people typing in episode guide to find my episode guide, and people typing in Peter Todd Essex Top Gear episode, etc., etc. So, this kind of gives you an idea of the type of information that people are finding very interesting and want more of, which again is very useful to you to know, okay, this is what my audience are interested in, so I'm going to keep producing this type of stuff to keep them coming back and to keep them sharing, etc. So that's the benefit of using the direct traffic report. Now, the other thing too, okay, let's move on to referrals here first. The referrals report is basically anybody, any website that has a link to your website and a few people have actually visited from their link to your website will appear on this report. So that doesn't mean, so basically what that means is if somebody has a link on their website to your website but no one has visited from that link, it won't show up in this report. It will show up in other search engine tools, tools that I recommend such as SEO Profiler or SEO Moz, etc. can show you those type of links. But in Google Analytics, you are only going to see the links that actually brought you traffic, which is good because it actually can show you, for example, how many people have been sharing and have been visiting you from the social networks such as Facebook, as you can see over here. Google.com, that is actually image search. So, people that, typed in different queries, maybe looking for images, and there was a link back to my website from those images. That's one way of doing that. Tumblr over there, Open Site Explorer, Fiverr, google.com.au, google.france, etc. So, the way that this report can be used is, yes, to determine how effective your social media campaigns, and if people are sharing you on social networks and stuff like that. You can get further information about that in the social report there too, which I won't look as part of this video, but you can see if you set up your conversion funnels and your conversion goals, you can get a little bit more data using that social report there. But not only can you see, what websites are bringing you traffic, but also it can also help you in terms of planning who are potentially good partners to be working on a more closer basis with. So, for example, let's say that there was a website here from a maybe let's have a look here at the top 25. So this charlesdance.blogspot. So that's a blog that has brought in a few searches, and you can see that this column over here, average visit duration, that people from this blog over here have spent an average of 9 minutes 14 seconds. Now there's only 2 people that have actually come through in the last month, so it's not, you do want to have a little bit more people than just 2, ideally quite a lot more than that before you start thinking along these lines. But basically where I'm going with this is if you see a higher than average amount of time spent on your website, so for example 9 minutes 14 is quite a high amount of time, it could be beneficial to actually nurture a relationship with this blog, because the people that are coming from the website seem to be quite qualified and quite interested in the website that you have. So it makes sense that maybe you would want to reach out to this person and thank them very much for putting a link, and ask them about maybe writing a guest post or something like that, so that you can get higher up on their website and get even more featured on their website and get even more of these people that are spending so long on the website. So I think you can see the logic there. You know, in this particular case, it's a bad example because there's only been 2 people that have come from actually 5 people, because you see that's the same website there, so 3 plus 2, 5 people, and even that's still a little bit low in a 1 month period. But you know, if you start getting maybe like 50 visits or 100 visits, and you're seeing an above average visit duration from that website, it can be very good just to reach out to them and maybe think about getting more exposure, so that you can get more of these you know, obviously interested traffic onto your website. So that's another little beneficial use of the referral traffic report. Not only tells you who's linking to you and who you've had traffic from, but it could also help you in terms of planning potential partnerships in the future. Okay, and then the final thing that I talk about is the campaign report, which really is related to this advertising report. And because this particular website is not doing any Google AdWords campaigns, there will be no data that appears in this report. And as I mentioned in my article, it is the report that I generally never look at in Google Analytics, because it's simply just pulling in the data from Google AdWords, which, you know, when I'm busy, you know, analyzing a campaign in Google AdWords, that's where I look at the data. I'm not actually necessarily going into Google Analytics. The thing is, because in Google AdWords you can actually link your Google Analytics account, so you can see all the data that you need from within Google AdWords in terms of conversions, you know, return on investment, etc. So you don't need to come to Google Analytics to look at the campaigns report. However, you know, I know that some people, you know, prefer this, that, you know, they just, you know, prefer being able to see all this data from Google Analytics. So, you know, I'm not bashing it at all. I'm just saying, you know, what my personal preference is when it comes to this particular report under the traffic sources report in Google Analytics. So if we just have a look here, so search, so the data that comes in for paid is actually related to campaigns, because obviously paid search is Google AdWords, and other, you know, other search engines too can also come into the mix, such as you know, Yahoo or Microsoft Ad Center and stuff like that too. Okay, so there we are. That's just a quick little overview at the traffic sources report as part of Google Analytics, and do let me know in the comments just how you use this report, and any little, you know, top tips and tricks that you have found when analyzing the data, and how you've been able to use that from a marketing point of view. You know, the more you contribute and the more you share, the more we all learn. So it's all good at the end of the day. Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Bye-bye.